World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day, I am Peñano with today's World News in 5. Israel is facing global condemnation after its navy intercepted nearly all of the 40 vessels in an aid flotilla bound for Gaza. More than 450 activists, including Swedish campaigner Greta Thunberg, were taken into custody. Live video from the boats showed heavily armed Israeli soldiers boarding the ships as passengers raised their hands in surrender. Thunberg later appeared in a pre-recorded message saying she had been abducted against her will and insisted that her humanitarian mission was peaceful. Protests erupted worldwide in European capitals, Karachi, Buenos Aires, and Mexico City, denouncing the interception. Italian unions even called for a nationwide strike. Israel's foreign ministry said the detainees were safe and would be expelled early next week. One vessel, the Marinette, was still sailing at last report. World leaders reacted sharply. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan condemned what he called Israeli thuggery, while South African President Cyril Ramaphosa demanded the release of his countrymen, including Nelson Mandela's grandson. The flotilla, which set sail in late August, carried food and medicine as part of a high-profile protest against Israel's blockade of Gaza, criticized internationally as a violation of humanitarian law. Israel has defended the blockade as lawful, citing security concerns. It warned the flotilla in advance and offered to deliver aid through official channels. Hamas, which governs Gaza, called the interception a criminal act and urged global protests. The incident comes nearly 2 years into Israel's military campaign in Gaza, launched after the October 7, 2023 Hamas attack. Palestinian health authorities say more than 66,000 people have since been killed. In our news, 2 people were killed and several others injured in a terror attack at a synagogue in Manchester on Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish calendar. Police say a man drove into pedestrians and stabbed a security guard outside the Heaton Park Hebrew congregation before being shot dead by armed officers. He was identified as 35-year-old Jihad al-Shami, a British citizen of Syrian descent. Authorities initially feared the suspect carried explosives but later confirmed the device was not viable. Counter-terror police have arrested 3 others on suspicion of preparing acts of terrorism. Prime Minister Keir Starmer cut short a European summit to chair an emergency meeting, pledging stronger protection for the Jewish community. King Charles also expressed his shock and condolences. The attack comes amid record levels of anti-Semitism in the UK, with Jewish leaders warning that threats against their community have sharply risen since the Gaza war began in 2023. Meanwhile, in Venezuela, Caracas has accused Washington of threatening its security after 5 U.S. combat planes were reportedly detected near its Caribbean coast. Defense Minister General Vladimir Padrino called the flyover a provocation and a danger to national sovereignty. He said the aircraft were spotted about 75 kilometers offshore, with the report first coming from Colombian airline Avianca. Caracas urged Washington to end what it called a warmongering posture in the region. The U.S. has not commented, though it maintains a naval presence in the Caribbean as part of anti-drug operations. President Nicolas Maduro has long accused the U.S. of seeking regime change, while Washington alleges his government is tied to drug trafficking, charges the Venezuelan leader denies. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, I am Peñano. Good day.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5 here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.